Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Indian Vedic House. Today I'm going to share the experience of somebody who wanted to be anonymous, so I will not be able to share his name here in this video. But we are going to talk about his Sadhe Sati, his Saturn Mahadasha, and especially the tough time that he had during the Antardasha of Rahu within the Mahadasha of Saturn. Uh, because he did not want to come on video and he did not want me to share his name, he has sent me all the details over email and I'll be just reading out as sent by him. So before we get started with the details, let me share some details about his chart and the Mahadasha and Sadhe Sati timing. So his Saturn's Mahadasha had started in June 2006 and it will end in June 2025. Within the Mahadasha of Saturn, he had the Antardasha of Rahu starting from January 2020 till December 2022. So this period was very tough for him. Talking about his chart, he is Aquarius moon sign. So we know that his Sadhe Sati started in January 2020 along with his Rahu Antardasha. And currently he is in the second phase of the Sadhe Sati, which will get over in March 2025. And then the last phase of the Sadhe Sati will start for the next 2.5 years. His Saturn is placed in the seventh house in Libra. So he has an exalted Saturn. And he did mention that he did not have much trouble in the whole Saturn Mahadasha because of having an exalted Saturn. But yes, Sadhe Sati and Rahu Antardasha did bring some challenges for him. And his moon, as I said, is in Aquarius in the 11th house, and he is Aries ascendant. So I had sent some questions to him, and he has sent me the answers of that. So I will be just reading out the answers that he has responded back to my questions, and you can see the questions on the screen. Saturn Mahadasha started at age of 23. It is still ongoing, and I am presently into Saturn MD and Jupiter AD. Saturn Mahadasha, Rahu Antardasha was the worst phase. Saturn Mahadasha did give me some good things. I got my engineering campus placement during end of Jupiter Mahadasha and start of Saturn Mahadasha. I don't know which Mahadasha actually helped me ace it. There were some good times and some average times during Saturn Mahadasha. I lost my father, completed my MBA from a prestigious college, got a good job, and settled well. Got married, happy with my wife and in laws. It's been a very stable and successful marriage till now. The worst started during Saturn Mahadasha and Rahu Antardasha. At that point, my Sadhe Sati also started. The next 2 years were a roller coaster ride. Yes, Saturn bring me closer to astrology and spirituality. I started meditating. I started gaining knowledge on astrology and hidden knowledge about life and afterlife. I learned karmic principles, why it is necessary to be good to everyone wherever possible. Saturn Mahadasha, Rahu Antardasha was the lowest point. Sadhe Sati was also on during that time. There were problems all around. Before the start of Rahu Antardasha, I moved to Patna for a new job, and all the problems started after 1 year. On the job front, things were going average once Rahu Antardasha started, as if nothing seemed to work despite full effort. I was having fights with people all around, colleagues, landlord, etc. I was having heavy losses financially. Expenses were very high due to something or the other unexpected events. There were problems in the house where I was staying. Every day, something or the other appliance was not working. Every day, I had to call a technician. It was a huge problem. COVID started during that time. We came back to our hometown due to work from home. There also, I got involved in controversies. False police case was filed, although that didn't create much problem. Everyone knew it was a false case. My mother's health was also not going good. I have Saturn exalted in my birth chart, Sadhe Sati, which is Saturn transit over natal moon. It is said it impacts mothers. But since Saturn is exalted in my chart, astrologer told me nothing very bad would happen. But one morning, my mother had stroke. I took her to hospital. There was no support system there. I was all alone. I tried my best and changed 3 hospitals to give her the best treatment. There was huge cost, but she didn't survive. Everything was downhill. I couldn't sail through the period. I just faced whatever came my way because there was no other option. Yes, it impacted everything, including my relationships, job, mental well being, mental peace. I got the true colors of people. I have learned Saturn, Rahu, Ketu are karmic planet. You have to face consequences. Just be calm. Understand whatever is happening to you as a result of your actions only. Praying to God won't change destiny. Praying to God can make you stronger to bear the pain. Pray to Lord Shiva, Hanuman, Goddess Durga. Also, once you have changed yourself and you have learned the lessons, things start getting better. Talking about remedies, meditation, and praying to God. Serve people, help others, help people and animals, whatever way possible. What you do to others is what you do to yourself. Couldn't have been a better advice than this. So, this is what we had received over email. And because we did not talk about the Rahu's placement earlier, okay, so we discussed about the Saturn and Moon placement. In this chart, Rahu and Ketu are also exalted. Rahu is in Taurus and Ketu in Scorpio in the second and the eighth house, respectively. Ketu is in conjunction with Jupiter. So, uh, even though Saturn Mahadasha was blessing him with all the good things, good job, good marriage, when it came to Saturn Rahu, it did give a tough time to him. And coincidentally, it was overlapping with Sadhe Sati, again, as I call it, double dose of Saturn and Rahu here. We all know that the period of Saturn under Rahu or Rahu under Saturn is more challenging than the rest of the period that a native might face. And here in this chart, we see that Rahu and Saturn's placement is 6-8 to each other. As I said, Rahu is placed in Taurus and Saturn is placed in Libra, which is 6th from Taurus. And similarly, Rahu is 8th from Saturn. So, under the Mahadashas, when certain planets come into play during the period of Antardasha, if they are mutually in this 6-8 relationship to each other, that period is said to be comparatively tougher than the rest of the period, or not so favorable compared to the rest of the periods, because eighth house, as we know, is also the house of struggles and challenges. And sixth house also signifies not so great things like competition, enemies, and all losses. So that is why, because of Saturn and Rahu being in 6-8 connection to each other, he faced more issues during the Antardasha of Rahu. So I hope, as Saturn Mahadasha is coming to closure, he gets some relief and things fall in place for him. I hope you like the video. Do not forget to like and share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.